June 12, 1944, D-Day +6. The Allies hold a beachhead in Normandy. Looking to secure their flank and open a road to Cherbourg, the town of Carentan must be taken. Failure could put the entire landing zone and forces on the beach in jeopardy. Key to the Allied push through Carentan is a small canal crossing. Located out of the town, it contains a mixture of sightlines and cover for armoured units to engage from. M4A1 Sherman is the Allied forces' medium tank. With high manoeuvrability and a 75mm cannon, it's ideally suited for long flanking engagements. Its round-casted hull provides increased chance of projectile ricochets. However, it is vulnerable to the German Panzerschreck and Panzer IV that can land damaging blows on all sides.
Where we wanted to get our hull down, because obviously, like the most susceptible part are the boobs in the front of that medium, so we're trying to make them not able to be hit.
Panzer IV is the German medium tank. It has a 75mm cannon capable of penetrating the Sherman medium and has increased armour protecting it from the American bazooka unless hit from the rear. The Panzer IV is still vulnerable to the Sherman's main gun, and its flat surfaces make ricochets less likely.
Oh yeah, he hammered us. I remember this, so I floored it. I saw the shot come in, so I knew I was trying to get the angle on that building.
German medium is here. The Panzer IV is here. In order to engage the Panzer IV safely, the Sherman medium will advance towards the building and use it as cover to poke out, fire, and retreat if necessary.
I knew where that shot was coming from. I assumed he was somewhere either far right side of the bridge or just on the bridge. Walked it on up very slowly. He's just trying to get some cheeky shots, but we just wanted to time it. He couldn't pen us at all. So we just finally got the shot. Our gunner was brand new, and she really zeroed in on that shot.
Panzer IV dispatched, the Sherman starts to take fire from the left-hand side of the buildings.
We thought there was a garrison over there, so we definitely wanted to push that. I think it just ended up being a OP.
We just sent it, and we just waited for reinforcements to follow up behind us. But we can just zero in and just hold them down until we have enough time for our team to come up.
I just had to trust everybody else's judgment. Or they're peeking behind buildings, so I have to like shoot the ground or the wall, you know?
Securing the canal crossing, Allied forces look to push into Carentan and take the railway crossing. Moving to the rear should drive the German forces out of the town. Close infantry support to armoured units is vital in the town streets, as mines and anti-tank personnel can lay hidden in the ruined buildings and rubble.
Oh, here was fucking dicey. There was guys all over inside these areas. We were following the 76 in. We'll just watch his ass here, and I think we shot in and took out a garrison one of these times.
Moving up this exact flank. And the problem was at the end of this compound, there was a garrison, and they continued to drop garrisons in that zone, the far right-hand side. So as we would go up, we would literally dump HE in, like 2 or 3 rounds, and then our infantry would flood in. And then we'd move to the next opening, 2 or 3 rounds, dump HE, our infantry would flow in.
Tiger has made its way to the opposite side of the canal, allowing flanking shots in towards town. However, this Tiger has no infantry support around it, and Allied infantry are able to get close enough to try and take it out. Tiger tank is one of the most lethal tanks on the battlefield, with a massive 88mm cannon and thick frontal armour. Its only counter is for well-placed side or rear shots from the 75mm guns on the Sherman. Only with the long-barreled Sherman 76 will that front armour buckle. The American bazooka only stands a chance of destroying this behemoth with shots to the rear.
Yeah, so we were waiting for him to stick out from what I remember. We knew he was there. We were getting a lot of marks, but we didn't actually see him.
A lot of times where we would see a tank over here and then it would just disappear for forever, and I don't know if we would like run into them later.
German armour repulsed, the Allies have secured their flank, forcing German units to push into Carentan or attempt a risky flank around the entire town. Carentan, June 12, 1944. With canal crossing secured, the battle for the streets around the railway crossing intensifies with close quarter, house-to-house fighting.
Then the Lux, as we came closer, was like brighter than everything else, and I was like, "Oh, geez, that's actually alive."
Oh, so there's so many times where he'll be like, "Okay, load AP in this next one." So I'm like, "Okay, well I have to let this one go now."
German 76 packs a powerful main gun capable of penetrating the front armour of the Tiger tank. Similarly, the 76 lacks the frontal armour required to stop an 88mm shell. Medium tanks like the Panzer IV and Panzerschreck require good side and rear shots to stand a chance at knocking out the 76. Panzer II finds itself outclassed when encountering a 76. Its armour can't withstand a direct hit, and its 20mm pea shooter will only annoy the crew inside.
Oh, we hit a mine. Yeah, we hit a mine. Yep. Yeah, I think it was chaos at that point. We didn't know.
Yeah, that one took me by surprise.
The back and forth battle over rail crossing, the Germans call in more armour reinforcements and attempt to make a further push down the canal towards Canal Crossing.
As we push up, we have just HE dumping into each compound, and then our infantry would flow in. And then we'd dump some HE, and then our infantry would flow in. This was insane. So I advised the gunner to move it 90 degrees right. We're going to go ahead and just head right in there and just dump some mags in.
It was kind of disorienting for me because I just like, and I couldn't really see anything because the way he told me to turn the gun, but he would just like count and be like, "Okay, shoot," and then I'd shoot.
Yeah, we had so much infantry support. There was one squad that was just defending us the whole time.
As well as providing close support for the tanks, infantry can come equipped with satchel charges in order to clear debris and clear the streets for tanks to move through. With the road clear, the push on to rail crossing can continue.
I think we're telling her at this point, like, do not have to see people. You just keep shooting. Like, don't wait to see people. Just fire HE down this thing.
In the city streets, I feel like when you run into another tank, it's just a matter of like who can like hold their aim and get like shoot quicker.
So they're calling a tiger that just got loose somewhere in town center. So we just completely bail off the offensive and just dedicate ourselves to going ahead and hunting this tiger.
Because Raz's like, yeah, keep pushing. He's going to be on the end. And of course, I have no clue. I have no marks. I have no nothing. And he just said, when we pull around this corner, get ready. Because I think he knew, but not for sure.
He's like, he stopped, just shoot him right now.
So we just get up there and just rain hellfire. This Puma, I don't know what got him to go ahead and just get stuck, but we saw him immediately and just ended him.
Yep, that dude poked out. We couldn't see him. I had no idea where we got shot from.
I don't think I could see him at all. So they were kind of like perfectly positioned for me to not see them anyway.
With night setting in, the German forces have been pushed back to the outskirts of Carentan. In the following days, they would be forced out of the area fully, and the pathways opened to the liberation of France.